was at this moment that she knew she fucked up.
Well, this is gonna be a weird video to do. What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another anime first impressions video. And this time, we talk about Goblin Slayer. Alright, so Goblin Slayer is a dark fantasy anime, emphasis on the word dark and fantasy, following a guy by the name of, well, the Goblin Slayer. He's a knight who has a very traumatic experience involving goblins in his village, and thus takes up a kind of fanatical stance to eliminate all the goblins. Where have I heard this before? And of course, he needs, you need a character that you can more kind of come to, come in common with. That's where Ona comes in to play. So Ona is a healer. She kind of goes out with this group of, adventurers to kill some goblins. Things don't go well for them, and she ends up getting saved by our aforementioned hero. Okay, wow. So it seems like you're, run-of-the-mill dark fantasy, anime adaptation, right? Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Actually, I'll get to that first. Let me talk about the basic stuff. So, show looks pretty good. Animation looks pretty good. At times, you can tell there is CG. You can tell where the Goblin Slayer is definitely CG. And I'm talking about this is getting, it's not like uber bad CG, but you can really tell it kind of stands out a little bit from the regular 2D animation. But beyond that, it's not bad. I like the action scenes. The OP is strangely alluring to me. When I first heard it, like a couple weeks ago, when I think Crunchyroll France dropped it on their channel, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it's actually kind of grown on me in these last 2 episodes. I haven't watched the third one yet. But, yeah, pretty interesting. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. So, the thing everyone's talking about is there is a rape scene in episode 1 where one of the adventurers that Ona is traveling with gets wrecked by some goblins. And it's kind of known that this is something that commonly happens in this world when it comes to goblins. They wreck and eat females. That is something that they do in this world. And so she meets this aforementioned fate. And well, it's kind of taken the internet by storm. People have come on both sides like they tend to do in 2018. There are people who say, oh my gosh, this is rape culture. There are people who say it's dark fantasy, shut up, stop whining. It's on both sides of the fence. And here I am, just sitting here, standing in the middle that I understand both sides. I understand where they come from. But this is a vehicle for writing. Like violence, sex, drama, sexual violence, comedy, all these things are vehicles for telling a story, or vehicles for, manipulating an audience mindset when it comes to the characters. That's exactly what's happening in this show. This is not like some kind of promotion of raping people. The whole main point of this scene is not gratuitous. It's not like normal anime scenes or normal anime sex scenes where it's pretty much gratuitous. This is really just there to make you hate the goblins almost as much, if not as much, as our main character, so that you can support this fanatical, destruction of goblins that he has going, that this thing he wants to do. That's what this is for. This is meant to give you a violent push in the direction of supporting the protagonist. If you can't see this coming, where eventually down the line, they're trying to get him to see where this is fanatical. He doesn't have to destroy all the goblins. That's where they're going with this. At least that's where I think they're going with this. Trying to get him to come to his senses when it comes to goblins. I think that's going to at least be a story detail or a storyline somewhere down the line in this show. And if you can't see that, then you can't see the forest for the trees. But yeah, the show definitely gets definitely for me. I mean, this is your edgy, violent show of the season. If you're into that, it gets a watch. If you're not, if you really like soy, I guess you can give it a follow, or maybe you can even drop it. But personally, I mean, you can't let something like that get to you, though. The show gets a watch for me. I'm standing on the watch. I understand where you're coming from, though, where people are coming from, but it looks pretty interesting to me. So I hope I didn't offend anybody, even though this is the internet in 2018. I probably offended like the 8 people that watch my anime videos. So like, comment, subscribe, and keep it real.
Change unto me, my adolescent dream.